Check 1 2, check 1 2, mic check 1 2 1 2. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Left Coast Hockey League COVID Cup Playoff Semifinals. It is Game 5. The San Jose Snipes taking on the San Pedro Squirrels. Both teams tied at 2 games apiece. Let's get down to the ice at the Squirrel Shack and get Game 5 underway. It's the end of the 110 where the ghetto meets the sea here at the Squirrel Shack in San Pedro, California. It is the defending COVID Cup champion Snipes taking on the Marcy Cup champion Squirrels. And we have to fix the camera because we were playing shell last night. Sorry, folks. Little technological differences. All right. And we're good. Face-off won by the Snipes. Ekholm up for Fox for Clayton Keller. And for Matthews. The Snipes got absolutely dominated last night, looking to bounce back. Huge game here. Huge pivotal game in this best-of-7 series. JT Miller in the zone. Looking for Makar. Back for Heiskanen for JT Miller. Cale Makar gets it to Heiskanen. Squirrels moving it around. Eichel for Makar. Heiskanen takes a shot. It's blocked, though. Taken by the Snipes. Adam Fox gets it for Austin Matthews in the zone. Surrounded by green sweaters. Gets it back for Fox. Kachuk takes a shot. Rebound. Picked up by Makar. Makar up for JT Miller. He will gain the zone. In with numbers. Waiting for Makar at the point for Heiskanen. Heiskanen takes a blast through traffic. It's blocked. The other way goes Austin Matthews. Gets it for Brady Tkachuk. He takes a shot. No rebound covered by Vasilevsky, and we'll get a whistle. 16:07 remains here in the first period. Still no score. Face-off back in the Squirrels zone. Aho and Scheifele. Face-off is won by the Snipes. Harley. Harley's poked off, but picked up by Forsling for Scheifele. For Terry. Backhand up front. Rebound comes out. Picked up by Ekblad. Ekblad for Stone. Long lead pass up for DeBrincat. DeBrincat in one-time blast. Save. Bobrovsky. Terry up for Larkin. Larkin for Harley. Bobrovsky back in net after Stolarz came in for relief last night. Bobrovsky looking to bounce back. Scheifele in for Troy Terry for Dylan Larkin. Larkin unable to get the shot up. It's taken by Sanheim. Pass doesn't get through to Ekblad, but Ekblad recovers, gets it to DeBrincat. DeBrincat, big open ice hit by Larkin. Larkin in the zone. Larkin back for Harley. Harley takes a shot. Save Vasilevsky, and he'll hold on. 12:53 remains here in the first period. Still no score. Shots favoring the Snipes, though. Snipes off to a quick start. It's going to be Suzuki and Hischier. Full pressure if the Snipes win this draw. Face off, though, won by the Squirrels. Heiskanen for Cale Makar. Sends it up for Marchessault. With it is Nick Suzuki. He gains the zone. Looking for Huberdeau. Was knocked out, though, but... Ooh, almost a breakaway for Elias Pettersson. Sent up for Harley. Harley's pass cut off. Taken by Nick Suzuki. One-time shot, blast, save Bobrovsky. And he'll hold on. 10:50 remains here in the first. Still no score. Face-off back in the San Jose zone. It's going to be Stamkos and Suzuki taking the draw. It is won by the Snipes. Keandre Miller back for Dylan. Dylan up for Bukestad, up for Cirelli. Cirelli's hit off, though, taken by Suzuki. In the zone's Huberdeau, or Marchessault, excuse me. For Heiskanen, takes a shot, hits the post. Picked up, though, by Bukestad. Bukestad's checked, picked up by Keandre Miller. Back up for Bukestad. In the zone is Dylan. Dylan dumps it in. Makar for Heiskanen, gets it up for Marchessault. Marchessault in for Nyes. Nyes back for Celebrini. Celebrini takes a shot, save. Rebound, it's picked up by Miller. Picked up by Celebrini. He's hit hard, though. Hit hard by Bukestad. Bukestad, tired legs out there for the Snipes, though, for Steven Stamkos. Stamkos takes a shot, glove save, Vasilevsky. And we'll get a whistle with 7:15 left here in the first. Some good looks for both teams, still no score. Top lines out for both teams, Barkov and Matthews. Face-off won by the Squirrels, Ekblad. Ekblad's hit that gets it to Sanheim, up for JT Miller. Miller in with Barkov. Miller takes a shot. Save Bobrovsky. Kept in by Sanheim for Ekblad. Ekblad for Eichel for Sanheim. Back for Ekblad. Big glove save Bobrovsky, and he'll hold on. 6:13 remains here in the first. Still no score. Face-off won by the Squirrels. Ekblad. Ekblad unable to pull the trigger. Fighting for it is Ekholm. Sends up for Fox. Fox in with Brady to Chuck. Chuck looking for a lane. Save Vasilevsky. Top lines remain out. Barkov and Matthews face-off won by the Squirrels, but turned over. And turned over again, taken by Jones. Jones chased by Tkachuk, but he gets it up for Miller. JT Miller in the zone, but surrounded. Not able to do much with it. Gets poked off and grabbed by Bobrovsky. 4.5 left in the first. Face-off back in the San Jose zone. Second line's out. Scheifele and Aho. Face-off is won by the Squirrels. Matheson, he's hit off, though. Picked up by DeBrincat. DeBrincat back for Matheson. Matheson for Jones. Jones takes a blast. Save Bobrovsky. Rebound is picked up by Larkin. Sent up for Troy Terry. Terry dumps it in. They'll give chase. Big hit by Larkin. Moved out by Vasilevsky. Up for Mark Stone. Stone in the zone. Stone looking for a lane. Takes a shot. It's in the air. And oh, it just dribbles wide. Stone backhand. Save Bobrovsky. Bobrovsky bailed out, I think, by his post there. Almost dribbled in on him. The other way, though, come the Snipes. Shifley for Terry. Terry tired out there, though. He's hit off easy. Matheson up for Sebastian Aho. Tired second line out. Squirrels on the change. Snipes will get half a change. Nico Heishier in. Heishier gets it for forcing for Tavares. Tavares, he's hit off. Puck squirts all the way. Icing's going to be the call. It's off a Squirrel stick. Seven and a half remains here in the first. Squirrels have to keep the third line out, but they're well rested. Face off one by the Snipes. 6 seconds left. Dylan looking for a shoot. He scores! Dylan late here in the first puts the Snipes up by 1. Brendan Diller from Miller and Matthews. Huge icing call there with 7.5 left. Just enough time to bury it past Vasilevsky. And just like that, the San Jose Snipes are up by 1. Dylan saw it all the way through. Perfect shot. That quiets the home crowd here, but they're going to have a few minutes to go pick up some beers, probably do a little nose candy in the bathroom, get them excited for the second period. 4.3 left. Suzuki and Matthews face off is won by the Snipes. Keller, not enough time for Hubert. Maybe takes one more shot. Not going to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching the Left Coast Hockey League live here on youtube.com/TimesacUBU. The Snipes with an early lead late here in the first. We'll be right back with the start of the second period. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Let's take a look at the stats through the first period. Snipes up by 1. Everything else just about even. A little bit more possession time for the Squirrels, but let's get back down the ice and get the second period underway. We are back here in the Squirrel Shack in San Pedro, California. Austin Matthews, Alexander Barkov taking the faceoff at center ice to get the second period underway. Faceoff won by the Squirrels. Heiskanen sends it up for JT Miller. Miller, he's poked off. Adam Fox for Ekholm. Ekholm will get it up for Keller. Clayton Keller for Tkachuk. Tkachuk looking for a shot. Glove save, Vasilevsky. Tkachuk almost put the Snipes up by 2. Defense a little lacking there for the Squirrels, letting the Snipes get these lanes. Top lines remain out. Face-off won by the Squirrels. Kel McCarr sends it up for Jack Eichel. Jack Eichel with 2 goals and an assist last game. Almost everyone got on the score sheet last game. Fox for Tkachuk, but kept in by Miller. Miller for Eichel. Eichel looking to sneak it in. Shoots at the side of the net. Recovered by Keller. Keller up for Matthews. Matthews gets it for Brady Tkachuk for Adam Fox. Clayton Keller. Clayton Keller takes a shot. Save. Rebound is picked up by Fox. Fox puts it on. Save Vasilevsky. 16:52 remains here in the second frame. Snipes still lead by 1. Scheifele, Sebastian Aho back in the San Pedro zone. Face-off won by the Snipes. Harley back for Forsling. Forsling unable to pull the trigger. It's taken by DeBrincat. DeBrincat in one-on-one. Waiting for help. DeBrincat back for Stone. Stone takes a shot. Save Bobrovsky. Rebound's picked up by Terry. Terry's chased down a hit, but he gets it up. Forsling will carry it in. Looking for a centering pass. Off the mark. Terry picks it up. Snipes will have to touch up. Terry will go ahead and dump it in. It's taken by Heiskanen for Cale Makar. Sends it up for Aho. Aho for Stone. Stone will gain the zone. Turned over, though, taken by the Snipes. Dylan Larkin. Dylan Larkin skates it in. Dylan Larkin in on a breakaway. Larkin unable to pull the trigger. Recovered by Mark Stone. Stone fighting for it. Heischer. Heischer's poked off. Backed up for Sanheim. Sanheim neutral zone. He'll gain, but Squirrels will have to touch up. John Tavares carries it in for the Snipes. Takes a shot. Stayed Vasilevsky. 12:43 remains here in the second period. Snipes lead 1-0. Suzuki and Heischer. Face-off won by the Snipes. Dylan for Miller. Miller takes a big blast through traffic. Rebound shot saved by Vasilevsky. Full pressure for the Snipes. Miller's shot goes wide. Recovered by Ekblad. Ekblad for Huberdeau. Huberdeau trying to get it out of the zone. Looking for Suzuki. Suzuki, he's poked off. The other way comes Heischer. Nico Heischer. And with Tavares. Tavares, he's hip checked. Ekblad sends it up for Huberdeau. Huberdeau will gain the zone. Looking for a lane. Off the stick of the goaltender and picked up by Pedersen. Pedersen for Austin Matthews. Matthews is hit, but he's able to hold on. Shoots, he scores! Austin Matthews. He was hit and was able to brush it off, get in the slot, and bury it. Matthews from Bobrovsky and Pedersen. Take a look at that. Just brushes that hit off. Gets it right in the slot and buries it. That will quiet down this home crowd. Snipes lead by 2. Halfway through the second period here. Great play by Austin Matthews. Just big bodies banging up the middle. The unnamed coach, not happy about that one. Can't take that one away from Matthews, though. That was just a great play. It's very physical play. Matthews raising on the leaderboard. Top line still out. Barkov and Matthews. Exactly halfway through the second. Face-off won by the Snipes. Still plenty of hockey left. 2-goal lead for the Snipes. Eichel's hit off, taken by Tkachuk. Tkachuk's poked off and able to hold on. Matthews takes a shot, looking for another one. Save Vasilevsky. Matheson kicks it out, but it's recovered by Ekholm. Ekholm for Keller. Pass broken up by Barkov. Odd man rush if they hurry. Alexander Barkov looking for a shot. Save Bobrovsky. Rebound picked up by Brady Tkachuk. Long lead pass up for Matthews. Matthews in the zone all alone. Looking for another one. Takes a shot. Glove save Vasilevsky. And he keeps it moving and then pokes it into the corner. Jones, though, gets it up for Miller. Miller's hit off. Squirrels skating around like a bunch of arslers. Not knowing what they're doing. Stamkos is hit. Taken by Seth Jones for Alex Tuck. Alex Tuck. Looked like he was tripped up, but I guess he was cleanly hit. Sorelli up for Bukestad. Bukestad's poked by Heiskanen. Heiskanen for Tuck. Tuck for Makar. Cale Makar in. Makes a move. It's turned over. Taken by Scheifele. 4.5 left. Up for Troy Terry. Terry's hit. Kale McCarr up for Alex Tuck. Tuck looking for a lane, unable to get it. It's taken by Shifley. Shifley for Terry. Turned over by Haskin for Nyes. Nyes for Celebrini and for Tuck. Tuck surrounded, unable to pull the trigger. Into the goaltender, almost mishandled. Big hit on Shifley, but recovered by Larkin. Larkin's hit. Physical play, Larkin. Oh, Terry up front, shot. Save Vasilevsky. Both teams extremely physical. Taking a look at this hit on Barkov. Just leveled. Brady Tkachuk still at the top of the leaderboard for hits in these playoffs. Heischer and Aho take the faceoff. It is won by the Snipes. Forsling. Harley's shot is blocked, picked up by Jones. Jones for Aho. Aho turns it over. It's taken by Pedersen. 1.5 left. Pedersen in for Tavares. Tavares shot save Vasilevsky. Heischer for Forsling. Forsling's shot goes wide. Heischer back to the point for Harley for Forsling. Back for Tavares. Snipes buzzing. Kept in by Heischer for Tavares. Tavares hit. Harley unable to pull the trigger. Taken by Pedersen. Pedersen's shot's blocked. Mercifully picked up by DeBrincat at full pressure, killing all of the energy for the Squirrels. Very weak shot at the buzzer. And after 2, the San Jose Snipes lead by 2. Squirrels in dire need of 2 goals. We do not want to head back to San Jose facing elimination. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching the Left Coast Hockey League live here on youtube.com/timesackubu, and we'll be back with the start of the third period.
Yes, SC45, we read you. We have an emergency situation. Repeat, emergency situation. Unknown life form has killed 3 of the crew. Need assistance. Repeat, need assistance.
Look into my eyes, look into my face. You can tell I'm high and I'm tripping on this place. I'm a spaced invader. Crusaders of hydronetics. I blaze containers of blood storing cryogenic scientific labs located in Arizona. Arrived from the sky, now residing in Pomona. Dark, cold places inside of twilight. I'm carving on faces when I get in knocked by the time's right. But it's irrelevant, so I spend it while breaking up large amounts of wind selling it. Just the smell of it'll drive you delirious. They're better than the Cheshire getting curious. My nugs are the hairiest. Take one rip of the set to the chest and everything becomes hilarious. Caught in a knot till my bong it unlocks. Unconscious gates and thoughts of fake rock. When I wrap the blood in a Jewish rape case. Cause I descended from the kings of a space race. Look into my eyes, look into my face. Tell them I am tripping on this little old school, but not old photone. I told yo I'd like to take old smoke to the dome, not out the chrome. Real stoners pack a Jerome Baker, cause I'm a hater of the metal pipe maker. I'd rather smoke out the glass ball or paper, so I can savor the herb's delicious flavor. Look into my eyes, look into my face. Tell them I am tripping on the tasty, amazing and sticky. It's driving you so crazy, smoking it till the day you're pushing up daisies. It may be for some when they play it makes them lazy. When I artificially inseminate your lady on a daily basis with your realm distorted, abducted and anal probes, you'll rock you back home in the morning. Can't be avoiding ancient missions of human annihilation. Some wolf submission with meaningful interactions. The fates wrapping invisible actions, creating rash action. But us lyrical passions live the fashion, writing metaphorical stories that leave you gasping. I'm seeing the status quo, need some smashing. I laugh at gap is what you're asking. If that's the case, look into my eyes, look into my face. You can tell I'm high and I'm tripping on the place. Another race, if I want, I put on another face and play peekaboo in your window. It ain't pretend, yo. I pass your nightmares around like endo. And in the end, your reality and nightmares will blend. So what then? You will have to befriend all the humanoid clones from space that I will send. Your bones won't bend when the crushing begins. And I'm stuffing dead bodies in my ship with a grin. One by one, if I have to, don't let me catch you. Eating humans brings me laughter. When I see eyeballs in the toilet, rush it you out after. It boils down, you're a product of the rapture. So space out. Don't pull the mace out. I'm headed to home base after getting blazed out. Then the net ends in my face and I traveled way south. The straight route for you to taste my pace in your mouth. Look into my eyes, look into my face. Until I'm high, I'm tripping on the place. Simplistic connections to write raps and have it be a classic. Like whiskey cryptic collection. Recorded at Juggalo Convention and gathering, watering. To get props for rocking rhymes I'm mastering. Demonstrating large energy, destroying all enemies. An ally to third world entity. With more intensities, I'm a praise-based invader. Bringing mutated ass shit, so fuck y'all haters. I'm some satyr of hydronetics. I blaze up fast containers of blood stored in cryogenics. That leaves you blocking out, faint like diabetics. Got your family tripping, calling up paramedics. I infect with no cure or anesthetic. Burn you like a set of pyrotechnics. Do you get it? Prophetic, energetic, and connected. This ain't prosthetics, just scum neglected.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Let's take a look at the stats through 2 periods. The Snipes up by 2, slightly outshooting the Squirrels. Hits are about even. They've had more possession. The Snipes. Face-offs even. Everything's just about even except the score. Let's get down to the ice for the start of this 3rd period. Game 5, best of 7. Back here at the Squirrel Shack in San Pedro, California. Barkov, Matthews, face-off at center ice. Let's get the 3rd period underway. Face-off is won by the Squirrels. Heiskanen up for JT Miller. Miller in for Eichel. Eichel, they pull the trigger, shoots, he scores. Alexander Barkov tips it in. Barkov from Miller and Eichel cuts the lead in half early here in the 3rd. Take a look at that. This gets it past not Vasilevsky, Bobrovsky. Freaking Rushkis, man. And just like that, we got a 1-goal game. Top lines will stay out. Barkov, Matthews. 27 seconds into the 3rd period. Face-off won by the Squirrels. Miller unable to do anything with this, turned over, taken by Keller. Keller will gain the zone with Matthews. Matthews looking for another one. Tkachuk takes a shot. Vasilevsky holds on. 18:37 left here in the 3rd. Face-off to the right of the goaltender. Top line still out. Matthews, Barkov. Face-off won by the Squirrels. Cale Makar up for Heiskanen. Heiskanen, he's harassed by Keller, but Heiskanen will hold on. Sends it to Makar. Makar up for JT Miller. JT Miller in. Eichel and Barkov. For Eichel. For Barkov. Barkov looking for another one. Looking to sneak it in. Valley for it on the boards is Miller. Miller will win the battle. Get it for Heiskanen. Back for Eichel. Eichel for Makar. For Heiskanen. Heiskanen takes the blast. Save Bobrovsky. Rebound picked up by Ekholm. Sent up for Matthews. Matthews with plenty of energy in the zone. Gets it for Keller. Keller back for Fox. Keller backhand. Save. Valley for it behind the net. Full pressure for the Snipes. Shot up front. Save Vasilevsky. And we'll get a whistle with 15:55 remaining here in the 3rd period. Heiskanen absolutely rocked after that slap shot. Scheifele and Aho will take the face-off. Full pressure for the Snipes. Face-off won by the Squirrels, though. Sanheim sends up for Ekblad for Stone, and that should do it for the pressure. Stone for DeBrincat. DeBrincat takes a shot. Easy blocker save by Bobrovsky. Full pressure now for the Squirrels. Valley for it is Fox. Fox kicks it out, though. It's picked up by Scheifele. Scheifele up for Ekholm, and that'll do it for the Squirrels. Full pressure. Not much good looks on that. Terry up front. Takes a shot. Save Vasilevsky. Back up front. Save Vasilevsky. Vasilevsky just getting peppered. Heischer and Aho will take the face-off back to San Pedro zones once again, won by the Squirrels. Tavares up front. Tavares and Pedersen. Oh, Tavares unable to pull the trigger. Turned over to Tavares. Dangerous look there. But the Squirrels go offside. Face-off back in the neutral zone. 3rd line's out for both teams. Heischer and Suzuki. Face-off is won by the Snipes. Tavares for Harley. Harley dumps it in. They'll give chase, but it's picked up by Sanheim. Pass up for Ekblad. Ekblad hit, but gets it to Huberdeau. And for Nick Suzuki and for Marchessault. Marchessault gets it back for Huberdeau. Huberdeau shot. Save Bobrovsky. Rebound picked up by Forsling. Up for Tavares. Tavares for Pedersen. Back for Harley. Harley up for Tavares. Tavares. Pass broken up. It's picked up by Sanheim. Sanheim rings it around the boards for Suzuki. Suzuki surrounded. Got to get rid of it. It's picked up by Jones. Jones up for Marchessault. Odd man rush for the Squirrels if they hurry. Huberdeau's poked off. Gets it for Marchessault. Marchessault's shot is blocked. 10.5 left. Picked up by Jones. Jones. Battle for it in the boards, and it's going to come out. Squirrels have to touch up. Puck turned over by to Matthews. Matthews in the zone. He's hit off by 2 green sweaters. Up is Matheson. In with Barkov. Barkov battling for it. Puck still behind the net. Hitting the boards hard as Barkov, but recovered by Eichel. Up for Matheson. Matheson elects not to shoot. For Matheson for Makar, for Miller, for Eichel. Eichel takes a shot. Save Bobrovsky. Rebound picked up by Barkov. Barkov looking to do something with it. Sends it around the boards. Kicked back to the point. Taken by Makar, but picked up by Eichel for Barkov. Barkov takes a shot. He scores! Alexander Barkov with his second goal of the game. Ties this game up at 2 halfway through the third period. Barkov with nobody in front of him just buries it in on Bobrovsky. Tape-to-tape zone ability for Eichel gets it to Barkov. Barkov just buries it for his second goal of the game, tying this one up at 2. Celebrini and Scheifele will take the faceoff. 7:17 left here in the third. Next goal will be huge. Faceoff won by the Snipes. Dillon for Larkin. Dillon for Dillon. Taken by Alex Tuck. Alex Tuck, and he's poked off by Terry. Terry looking to get rid of it. Gets it up for Keandre Miller. Miller gains the zone. Gets it for Scheifele. Scheifele takes a shot. Just goes over the net. Oh! Scheifele almost put his team up. Scheifele with the puck. Centering pass is broken up. The other way comes Nyes. Nyes with Tuck. Gets it for Celebrini. Celebrini for Tuck. Tuck's shot. Save Bobrovsky. Down for his Troy Terry. Gets it for Fox. Fox neutral zone. He'll carry it in. He's got numbers. Adam Fox takes the blast. Oh, it just manages to stay out. Oh, Jesus. To break it in with Tuck. Vasilevsky's thanking the post. Shot saved Bobrovsky is taken by Matthews. Matthews in with Fox. But turned over, taken by DeBrincat, taken by Ekblad. Ekblad in the zone. Able to get the shot off, picked up by Stone. Stone back to the point for Ekblad. Taken for Sanheim. Sanheim takes the shot, it's blocked. Kicked in the corner. It's picked up though by Ekblad. Ekblad back for Sanheim. Sanheim takes another shot. Rebound, picked up by DeBrincat. Back for Sanheim. Another shot block. Just ripping it in. See what he gets. DeBrincat's shot goes wide. Taken though by Tkachuk. 1 minute left here in the third. In comes Brady Tkachuk. He's poked off those taken by the Squirrels. Mark Stone. Stone, he's poked. And he recovers it though. Up for Barkov. Barkov looking for the hat trick. Shot goes wide. JT Miller kicks it out. It's taken by Forsling. 34 left. Taken by Miller. Miller backhand goes wide. Off the side, and that's taken by Pedersen. 30 seconds left. Pedersen up for Adam Fox. Fox is tired, though. Gets it for John Tavares. Tavares for Fox. Fox unable to pull the trigger. It's taken by Cale Makar. 20 seconds left. Cale Makar makes a move, turns it over to Fox, but picked up by Eichel. 17 seconds left. Sanheim for Makar. Makar takes a shot. Save Bobrovsky. Rebound picked up by Forsling. 10 seconds left. Barkov. And they shoot. Barkov to Eichel. He scores! Late here in the third period. The Squirrels rally back. 3 unanswered goals, all from the top line. 3 points from Alexander Barkov. Barkov to Eichel. Eichel pokes it in, and that hurts. The Snipes were cruising with a 2-goal lead going into the third. the Squirrels just kept the pressure. A lot of production from the first line. And with seconds remaining here in the third, this is going to be rough. Enough time for a face-off win and maybe one shot. Take a look, 9.3 left. Huge face-off here for the Snipes. Face-off, though, won by the Squirrels. Makar. Turned over, taken by Larkin, though, with 5 seconds left. Net is empty to our right. Dylan Larkin needs to shoot, needs to put it on. Back for Terry. Terry takes a shot with no time left, and it goes wide. And what a comeback rally by the Squirrels. Down 2-0, start of the third. Barkov with 2 goals and an assist. We will be back in 15 to 20 minutes for Game 6, live in San Jose. Will the Snipes force a Game 7, or will the Squirrels punch their ticket to the finals? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here in the Left Coast Hockey League. We'll be back in 15 to 20 minutes. And always, Dante, why don't you go ahead and pack that bowl? We're out. Peace.